Welcome to Hypnos Cosmos. Tonight, let the darkness carry you gently into sleep. Find a comfortable place to rest. Let your body grow heavy, and let your breathing slow. There is nothing you need to do now. Nothing to solve, nowhere to be. Just this quiet voice, and a long, slow journey into the deepest mystery in all the universe. Close your eyes, if they are not already closed. Take one slow breath in, and let it go. And another, softer than the first. With every breath, let yourself sink a little deeper into the stillness, the way a stone sinks slowly through deep and silent water. Tonight we are going to travel somewhere strange, and dark, and beautiful. Somewhere no light has ever returned from. Somewhere that bends not only space, but time itself. Tonight, slowly and softly, we are going to journey all the way into a black hole. But there is no fear in this darkness. Only wonder, and a deep and ancient calm. So let us begin, gently, and without any hurry at all. Far out in the deep of space, far beyond the warmth of any sun, there are places where the dark is not empty. Places where something waits, unseen, patient beyond all patience. You could look straight at one and see nothing at all, only a small round patch of perfect blackness, darker than the space around it, ringed, perhaps, by a faint and distant glow. And yet within that darkness lies something so heavy, so dense, that it has torn a hole in the very fabric of reality. A black hole. It is, perhaps, the simplest object in all the universe, and also the strangest. It has almost nothing to it, no surface to land on, no substance to touch. It is not made of rock, or gas, or fire. It is made of gravity alone. Pure gravity, gathered into a single point, pulling so fiercely that nothing which comes too close can ever leave again. Not a comet. Not a planet. Not a star. Not even light itself, the fastest thing there is, it can climb back out, once it has fallen too far in. That is why they are black. Not because they are dark objects, but because they are places from which no light can ever escape to reach your eyes. A black hole is not a thing you see. It is an absence. A silence in the sky. A door that opens only one way. Let that thought settle over you gently, the way the night settles over a quiet field. There is something restful in it, a place so complete in its stillness that even light lies down inside it and does not rise again. You do not need to understand it. Only let its deep, dark calm wash over you as you begin to drift. But where does such a thing come from? How does the universe make a hole in itself? To find the answer, we must begin, strangely enough, with light. With a star. Picture a great star, far larger than our sun, a giant, blazing blue-white in the dark, burning through its fuel with a fierce and reckless splendor. For millions of years it shines, holding itself up against its own enormous weight by the fire burning in its heart. Every star is a balance, you see, a constant, patient struggle between two great forces. Gravity, forever trying to crush the star inward, to pull all that matter down into its center. And the nuclear fire at its core, forever pushing outward, holding the crushing weight at bay. For all its long life, the star holds that balance. Fire against gravity. Light against the dark. And the star shines on. But no fire burns forever. And deep in the heart of the great star, the fuel is slowly running out. Rest here a moment, in the last long age of the dying giant. There is a quiet poetry to it. For all those millions of years, the star has been fighting a battle it was always, in the end, going to lose. Gravity is endlessly patient. Gravity never tires. And one day, at last, the fire falters. When the final fuel is spent, the fire at the core goes out. And in that instant, after millions of years of balance, there is nothing left to hold the crushing weight at bay. Gravity, unopposed at last, seizes the whole enormous star and pulls it inward, all at once. The core collapses in less than a second, falling in upon itself faster than you could ever imagine, crushing down and down and down toward its own center. For the greatest stars, nothing can stop that fall. Not the strength of atoms. Not the forces that hold matter itself together. The collapsing core is crushed past every limit the universe knows, smaller than a planet, smaller than a city, smaller than a single room, smaller than a grain of sand, and still it falls, crushing inward without end, until all the mass of that great dying star is squeezed into a point smaller than anything at all. And in that moment, a black hole is born. The outer layers of the star, meanwhile, blaze outward in a final, titanic explosion, a supernova, one of the brightest events in all the cosmos, a single flash that for a few days can outshine an entire galaxy. The star's dying gift of light, scattered across the dark. And when that light fades, and the glowing clouds drift away, only the darkness remains at the center. Silent. Invisible. Patient. A new black hole, drifting in the deep, where once a great star shone. Breathe with that quiet, as you sink a little deeper. Everything that burns brightly comes, in time, to rest. Even the greatest stars. And in their resting, they become something stranger and more still than anything that ever shone. Now let us drift closer to this newborn darkness, slowly and carefully, and see what surrounds it. Every black hole is wrapped in an invisible boundary, a border in empty space, a line you could never see, and yet the most absolute line in all the universe. Astronomers call it the event horizon. And it marks the point of no return. Think of it this way. Anywhere in the universe, if you wish to escape the pull of a heavy thing, a planet, a star, you must move fast enough to break away from its gravity. From the Earth, that speed is enormous, many times faster than any bullet. From the surface of the Sun, faster still. And the heavier the object, and the closer you are, the faster you must go to escape it. Now, as you fall toward a black hole, the pull grows stronger, and the speed you would need to escape grows greater and greater. Until, at a certain distance from the center, you reach a place where the speed you would need to escape becomes the speed of light itself. And because nothing in all the universe can travel faster than light, nothing at all, can escape from beyond that line. That invisible sphere, that line drawn in empty space, is the event horizon. Cross it, and you can never return. Every path, every direction you could possibly go, leads only inward, only deeper, only down. There is a strange kind of peace in that, if you let yourself feel it. Beyond the horizon, there are no more choices to make, no more struggle, no more effort. There is only one direction, and it carries you gently, inevitably, inward. All the striving of the outside world simply falls away. Let a little of that feeling settle into you now, as you lie here in the dark. You do not have to hold anything up tonight. You do not have to find your way. You can simply let yourself drift, softly, in one gentle direction, down and down, toward sleep. But we are not at the horizon yet. And around many black holes, before the darkness begins, there is light, some of the most brilliant light in all the cosmos. For black holes are not always alone. Often, there is matter nearby, gas, and dust, and the shredded remains of stars that wandered too close. And all of it, caught by that enormous gravity, begins to fall inward. But it does not fall straight down. It swirls. Like water circling a drain, the matter spirals inward, around and around, forming a vast, flat, glowing disk that wheels about the black hole in the dark. Astronomers call it the accretion disk. And that disk is not gentle. As the matter spirals inward, it is squeezed and stretched and made to rub against itself, faster and faster, hotter and hotter, until it glows, first red, then orange, then a blinding white, then brighter still, blazing in colors the eye was never made to see. The innermost edge of the disk, just outside the horizon, can burn hotter than the surface of any star, shining with the light of 1,000 suns. A black hole, the darkest thing in the universe, wrapped in a ring of the most brilliant fire. Picture it, softly, as you drift. A great wheel of glowing light, turning slowly in the deep of space, golds and ambers and fierce white, swirling in a slow and silent spiral. And at its very center, a perfect circle of absolute black, calm and untouched, around which all that fire endlessly turns. It is one of the most beautiful things the universe has ever made. Fire and darkness, forever circling one another, in perfect and eternal balance. Let that slow, glowing wheel turn in your mind as your thoughts begin to soften. Around, and around, and around. There is no hurry to its turning. It has been turning for millions of years, and will turn for billions more. Let it carry your mind in its slow circle, quieter with every turn, deeper with every turn, closer with every turn to sleep. And now, gently, let us follow that matter inward. Let us drift, slowly, past the glowing disk, toward the darkness at its heart, and cross, at last, the point of no return. As we fall closer, something wonderful and strange begins to happen to the light around us. For a black hole does not only trap light, it bends it. Its gravity is so powerful that it curves the very space through which light travels, wrapping the images of distant stars around itself like a lens made of pure gravity. Behind the black hole, stars that should be hidden appear stretched into glowing arcs and rings. The whole sky seems to warp and flow around that circle of darkness, as though you were looking at the universe through a great, slow, rippling drop of water. There is even a bright, thin ring of light that hugs the very edge of the darkness, light that has been so sharply bent by gravity that it circles the black hole again and again before flying free. Astronomers call it the photon sphere, a halo of trapped starlight, endlessly orbiting the dark. Let that shimmering, bending light wash gently over you. The stars smeared into soft rings, the whole cosmos curving slowly around a single point of black. It is dizzying, and beautiful, and strangely calming, the universe itself, bending gently around the deep place we are drifting toward. And now, at last, we reach the event horizon. The point of no return. Here, the falling matter and the trapped light all flow together toward that final boundary. And as we cross it, softly, silently, with no wall to strike and no barrier to break, the outside universe simply falls away. There is no sound, no violence. Only a gentle, absolute crossing from a place where you could still, in principle, turn back to a place where every path leads home to the center. We have crossed the horizon. We are inside now. And there is no way out, only deeper, only down, only rest. What lies within? Here we reach the edge of what anyone knows. For no light, no signal, no whisper of any kind can ever cross back out of the horizon to tell us. The inside of a black hole is the one place in all the universe that is truly, perfectly hidden. We can only follow where the mathematics leads, and wonder. The equations tell us that everything which falls in is drawn, inevitably, toward the very center, toward a single point where all the mass is gathered, where space and time themselves are curved beyond all measure. Astronomers call it the singularity. A point of infinite density, where the rules of the universe as we know them fold up and fall silent. It may be that our understanding simply ends there, and that something gentler and stranger than a point truly waits within. No one knows. It is the last secret, kept behind the darkest door in all of creation. And here, inside, something happens to time. You may have heard that black holes bend time, and it is true, and more strange than you might imagine. The closer you drift to a black hole, the slower your time flows, compared to the distant stars. Near the horizon, a single one of your calm, slow breaths might take 1,000 years to pass, as the far-off universe measures it. If someone watched you fall in from a great distance, they would see you drift slower, and slower, and slower as you approached the horizon, your falling never quite finishing, your image fading and reddening and lingering there, almost frozen, at the edge of the dark, forever. Rest with that a moment, softly. Near a black hole, there is no more rushing. Time itself grows slow and thick and gentle, like honey, like the deep hours of the night. The frantic clocks of the outside world lose all their meaning here. A moment can stretch into an age. And you, drifting slowly inward, feel no hurry at all, only the deep, unhurried calm of a place where time has almost come to rest. Let your own sense of time grow slow like that now. Let the minutes stretch and soften. There is nowhere to be. There is all the time in the world, and more. And what would it feel like to fall so gently inward? For a great black hole, one of the vast ones, the crossing would be soft beyond belief. You would feel no wall, no barrier, no moment of alarm. You would drift across the horizon and scarcely know that you had done so, the stars still shining above you, the darkness gathering slowly below, your breathing still slow and calm. There would be only the deepening quiet, and the gentle, endless falling, carrying you softly toward the center of it all. A falling with no floor to fear, no landing to brace for. Only the drift, and the dark, and the deep, unhurried peace of a place from which there is nothing left to do but let go. And here, at the very edge of what we can imagine, the mathematics begins to whisper of stranger things still. Some of the equations hint that deep within, where space and time fold past all knowing, a black hole might not be an ending at all, but a passage. A tunnel. A bridge, curving through the hidden underside of reality, to somewhere else entirely, another place, another time, perhaps another universe altogether. A doorway in the dark. No one knows if such passages are real, or if they are only ghosts in the equations, shapes that the mathematics can draw but the universe would never allow. But it is a gentle thing to wonder, as you drift toward sleep, that the darkest, most final seeming place in all of creation might, in truth, be a door. That an ending might be a beginning. That the deep dark might open, somewhere on its far side, onto a soft new light. Let that dream carry you where it will. You do not need to solve it. Some doors are meant only to be wondered at, softly, in the last moments before sleep. Let the mystery be gentle, and unhurried, and kind. Let it open however it wishes, in the quiet country between waking and dreaming, where you are drifting now. Now let us drift back outward, gently, away from that single small darkness, and rise up to see the black holes that are truly vast, the giants that sit at the very hearts of galaxies. For the black hole born from a dying star, as heavy as it is only a small one, a few times the mass of our Sun, no wider, perhaps, than a city. But there are others, far greater. At the center of almost every great galaxy, our own included, there lurks a black hole of unimaginable size, millions, or even billions, of times the mass of the Sun. Astronomers call them the supermassive black holes. And they are the still, dark anchors around which whole galaxies slowly turn. Rest a moment with the scale of that. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, that great wheel of 400 billion stars, turns, all of it, around a single dark point at its center. A supermassive black hole, for million times the mass of our Sun, which we have named Sagittarius A star. It is there right now, 26,000 light-years away, silent and patient in the heart of the night sky, and every star you have ever seen, including our own sun, drifts in a slow, vast circle around it. It is not pulling us in. It is simply there, the deep, dark heart of our island of stars, holding the whole slow wheel together. You are turning around it, even now, as you lie here in the dark. Our sun, carrying the Earth and all of us with it, sweeps around the galactic center once every 230 million years, so slowly that in all of human history, we have not moved even the smallest step along that great circle. Let that vast, gentle turning hold you. You are cradled in the slow spin of the galaxy, drifting around its quiet dark heart, as you have your whole life, as you will all through this night, safe and small and carried along. How did these giants grow so vast? Across billions of years, they fed. In the youth of the universe, when the galaxies were young and crowded, gas and stars fell into these black holes in great torrents, and their accretion disks blazed with such fury that they became the brightest objects in all the cosmos, quasars, single points of light outshining 100 billion stars, pouring out more light than an entire galaxy, visible across almost the whole width of the observable universe. Many of the most distant lights our telescopes can see are not stars, and not galaxies, but the fierce glow of matter falling into a supermassive black hole, billions of years ago, at the dawn of time. And yet, for all their fury, these giants also give. For the same black holes that devour also shape the galaxies around them, their winds and their radiation stirring the gas, quieting the birth of some stars and sparking the birth of others. The great dark hearts and the bright galaxies grew up together, across the ages, bound to one another. The darkness and the light, once again, turning together, each one shaping the other, neither one whole without its opposite. There is a deep and gentle truth in that, to carry with you towards sleep. The darkness is not the enemy of the light. It is its partner. Its cradle. The still, dark center around which all the brightness turns. Just as the deep dark of the night is not the enemy of your day, but its partner, the quiet center where you return, each night, to rest, and be restored, and be made ready for the light again. You might wonder, as you drift here in the quiet, how could we ever know such things are real? How can we see a thing whose whole nature is that it cannot be seen? The answer is that we watch, not the darkness itself, but everything around it. We see the stars near the heart of our galaxy racing in tight, fast circles around a center where nothing shines, swept along by the gravity of something vast and invisible. We see the brilliant glow of accretion disks, blazing in places where there should be only empty space. We feel the gravitational waves ringing out when two of them collide. For 100 years, we knew black holes only this way, by their shadows, by their effects, by the way the whole universe bends and moves around them. And then, not long ago, we did something extraordinary. We took a picture of one. Astronomers linked together telescopes from all around the world, turning the whole Earth into a single great eye, and pointed it at the heart of a distant galaxy, 55 million light-years away. And after long and patient work, an image slowly appeared, a ring of soft orange fire, glowing in the dark, curving around a circle of perfect black. The shadow of a supermassive black hole, billions of times the mass of our sun. The first time human eyes had ever seen, directly, the edge of one of these deep places. A small, blurred, glowing ring, and inside it, the darkness itself, at last made visible by the light bending all around it. Rest a moment with the quiet wonder of that. Across 55 million years and 55 million light-years of empty space, a little light left the edge of a black hole and traveled, and traveled, and traveled, through the birth and death of countless stars, past the whole long story of life on Earth, to arrive, at last, in our patient telescopes, and show us the face of the dark. We are small, and we are far away, and still, somehow, we have looked into the deepest places in the universe, and seen them, and known them. There is something deeply comforting in that. Even the darkest mysteries are not truly beyond us. Even the black holes, in the end, have let us see. Sometimes, out in the deep dark, two black holes find one another. Drawn together across the ages by their own great gravity, they begin to circle, slowly at first, then faster still, spiraling closer and closer over millions of years, until at last they meet, and merge, and become one. And in that final moment, the moment two black holes become a single, greater darkness, they send a tremor through the very fabric of space itself. Ripples in space-time, spreading outward at the speed of light, stretching and squeezing the universe by the tiniest amount as they pass. Gravitational waves. These waves are so gentle by the time they reach us, after traveling for 1 billion years across the dark, that they shift the width of the whole Earth by less than the width of a single atom. And yet we have learned to feel them. Somewhere out there, again and again, black holes are merging in the silent dark, and the whole universe rings softly with it, like a vast, deep bell struck once and left to fade. A sound too low and too soft for any ear, humming quietly through all of space, through this room, through you, even now. Let that gentle, cosmic humming settle over you. The universe is not silent. It trembles, ever so softly, with the slow music of colliding worlds and merging darknesses, a music so deep and so quiet that you feel it more than hear it. Let it rock you, the way a distant, half-heard sound can rock a child toward sleep. Not every black hole sits at the center of things. Some wander, flung out by the violent births and deaths of stars, or by the merging of galaxies. They drift alone through the deep spaces between the stars, dark and silent, and almost impossible to see, passing through the galaxy on their own long, lonely orbits. There may be millions of them, wandering the Milky Way, unseen. But there is no need to fear them. Space is so vast, and they are so few, that one has almost certainly never come near us, and almost certainly never will. They drift far out in the dark, on their own quiet paths, harming nothing, disturbing nothing, simply drifting, as we are all drifting, through the great and patient night. And here, at last, is perhaps the strangest truth of all. Even black holes do not last forever. For a black hole is not perfectly, absolutely black. Across unimaginable spans of time, far longer than the universe has yet existed, a black hole very, very slowly leaks the faintest imaginable glow of energy into the space around it. Astronomers call it Hawking radiation. And drop by drop, across an ocean of time so vast the mind cannot hold it, the black hole gives itself away. It grows smaller. It fades. And in the deep, deep future of the universe, long after the last star has died, long after the sky has gone utterly dark, even the greatest black holes will at last grow faint, and flicker, and gently disappear, returning their gathered darkness, softly, to the empty dark from which all things came. So even here, in the most permanent seeming place in all the cosmos, nothing is truly forever. Even the darkness rests, in the end. Even the black holes let go. And there is a deep, deep peace in that, in knowing that all things, even the heaviest, even the darkest, in time, grow gentle and quiet, and finally release their hold, and fade softly into rest. So let us drift now, slowly, back out through it all, one last time, the way you might rise gently up through deep water toward the surface of sleep. Think back to the great star, blazing in the dark, holding itself up for millions of years against its own enormous weight, and then, at last, when the fire went out, letting go, and falling softly inward, and becoming something stranger and stiller than any light. There is no sorrow in that letting go. Only rest. The star did not fail. It simply finished, and became the deep, quiet dark. Think of the event horizon, that gentle, invisible line, beyond which there is no more striving, no more choosing, no more effort. Only one direction, carrying you softly inward. Let yourself cross a horizon like that now, into sleep, where there is nothing left to hold up, nothing left to decide, nowhere left to go but gently down. Think of the glowing disk, that great slow wheel of fire and light, turning and turning around the calm dark center, in no hurry at all. Let your last thoughts of the day turn like that, slower and softer and dimmer with every turn, circling down toward the still, dark quiet at the center of you. Think of time itself growing slow near the darkness, thick and gentle as honey, the frantic clocks of the world losing all their meaning. Let your own time grow slow like that now. There is no hurry here. A single breath can last an age. Let the night stretch out, wide and soft and endless, all around you. Think of the great dark heart of our galaxy, and the slow, vast turning of 400 billion stars around it, our own sun among them, carrying you along, as it has your whole life, in a circle so gentle and so grand you have never once felt it move. You are being carried, even now. You have always been carried. You may let go completely, and still you will be held, and turned, and kept safe through the whole of the night. And think, last of all, of the deep and patient dark, the dark that is not empty, and not cruel, but calm, and ancient, and kind. The dark from which the stars are born, and to which, in the fullness of time, they gently return. The dark that holds the galaxies together. The dark that is waiting, softly, at the center of everything, for all things, in the end, to come home and rest. You are safe in that darkness. You always were. There is nothing in the night to fear, only the deep, still, holding quiet, the same quiet that cradles every star and every world and every black hole in all the vast and gentle cosmos. And tonight, it cradles you. So let go now. All of it. The day is over. The long journey is done. There is nothing left to do but rest. Let your body grow heavy, heavier than it has been all day. Let it sink into the place where you are lying, the way the dying star sank softly inward, in no hurry, meeting no resistance, simply letting gravity carry it gently home. Feel the weight of your arms, and your legs, and your slow and quiet breathing. There is nowhere you need to go. There is nothing you need to carry. Only this. Only here. Only now. And if a thought should drift across your mind, of the day just past, of the day to come, of anything at all, let it drift on by, the way a lonely black hole drifts through the deep between the stars, in no hurry, harming nothing, asking nothing of you. You need not follow it. You need not push it away. Just let it pass, soft and dim, and return to the slow tide of your breathing, and the deep, kind dark, and the gentle turning of the stars. Breathe in, slowly. And out. And let go. Rest now. Sleep now. You are held by the same gentle gravity that holds the galaxies, carried by the same slow turning that carries the stars, wrapped in the same deep dark that cradles all things, everywhere, forever. Drift gently. Drift deep. There is nothing to fear in the dark, and nothing left to do but sleep. The universe is turning quietly all around you, keeping its long and patient watch, as it always has and always will. Sleep now. And rest. And let the deep, kind darkness carry you, softly, all the way down, into a long and peaceful sleep.